and Bhaktivinoda Thakur to preach the cult of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu all over the world. Under the protection of all the predecessor acharyas, and we find that our humble attempt has been successful. We followed the principles especially explained by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in his commentary on the Bhagavad Gita verse, Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekeha kurunandana. According to this instruction of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, it is the duty of a disciple to follow strictly the orders of his spiritual master. The secret of success in advancement in spiritual life is the firm faith of the disciple in the orders of his spiritual master. In the Vedas also confirm, Yasya deve para bhakti, yatha deve tatha gurau, tasyaite kachita hi artha prakashante mahatmana. To one who has staunch faith in the words of the spiritual master and the words of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the secret of success in Vedic knowledge is revealed. The Krishna consciousness movement is being propagated according to this principle, and therefore our preaching work is going on successfully. In spite of the many impediments offered by antagonistic demons, because we are getting positive help from our previous acharyas. One must judge every action by its result. The members of the self-appointed acharya's party who occupied the property of the Gaudiya Mata satisfied, but they could not make no progress in preaching. Therefore, by the result of their actions, one should know that they are asara, useless. Whereas the success of the ISKCON party, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, which strictly follows Guru and Gauranga, is increasing daily all over the world. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur wanted to print as many books as possible and distribute them all over the world. We have tried our best in this connection and we are getting the results beyond our expectations. Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrutyam Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudhiraye Nashtaprayesha Badreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 7, Text 32. Dharma Ardha Kama Mokshanam Dharma Ardha Kama Mokshanam Nimittani Avirodhataha Nimittani Avirodhataha Vartaya Danda Nitihi Cha Vartaya Danda Nitescha Shrutasya Cha Vidhim Pruthak Shrutasya Cha Vidhim Pruthak Dharmardhakama Mokshanam Nimittani Avirodhataha Vartaya Danda Nitescha Shrutasya Cha Vidhim Pruthak. Dandanitescha mokshanam nimittani avirodatah vartaya dandanitescha sutasya cha vidhim pradam. Dharma, religiosity. Artha, economic development. Kama, sense gratification. Mokshanam, salvation. Nimittani, causes. Avirodataha, without being contradictory. Vartaya, and the principles of the means of livelihood. Dandanite, of law and order. Cha, also. Shrutasya, of the courts of scriptures. Cha, also. Vidhim, regulations. Prutha, different. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. You may also describe the non-contradictory causes of religiosity, economic development, sense gratification, and salvation, and also the different means of livelihood and different processes of law and order as mentioned in the revealed scriptures. Please repeat. You may also describe the non-contradictory causes of religiosity, economic development, sense gratification, and salvation, and also the different means of livelihood and different processes of law and order as mentioned in the revealed scriptures. I'll read the next verse. Shraddhasya cha vidhim brahman pitrinam sargameva cha graha nakshatra taranam kalavaya samsthitim. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Translation. Please also explain the regulations for offering respects to the forefathers, the creation of the Pitriloka, the time schedule in the planets, stars and luminaries, and their respective situations. Purport. The time duration of day and night, as well as months and years, are different in the different planets, stars and luminaries. The higher planets like the Moon and Venus have time measurements different from those of the Earth. It is said that 6 months of this planet Earth equal 1 day of the higher planets. In Bhagavad Gita, the duration of 1 day in Brahmaloka is measured to be 1,000 times the 4 yugas, or 4,300,000 years multiplied by 1,000. And the month and year in Brahmaloka are calculated in that measure. Dasanasta Bhaktivedanta Parpoto Madhyanatimirandhasya Gananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Ena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Danta Swamin Nitinamine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. So we are seeing the further inquiries by Vidura. Very eagerly he is seeking clarifications he is seeking knowledge in many areas. He knows that Maitreya is a bona fide acharya, a bona fide spiritual personality, and so he is very eager that he may not miss this opportunity to learn about various subjects in the Vedic literatures. Vidura knows after some time he may not have that opportunity. So he is a sincere disciple. So you can see his eagerness, and he is not hesitating to understand various aspects in the Vedic literature. He is talking about, in the last verses we have seen, he is asking about crossbreeding, and then here he is asking about this Chatur Purushadha, Dharmadha Kama Mokshanam. What is this Chatur Purushardha? Purusha means these are the goals for any Purusha or any person. What is the final goal? Salvation, mokshanam. But the process is being defined, which is dharma, artha, kama, mokshana. For a normal person, although his goal is moksha, still he will be interested in kama, enjoying the senses in a regulated manner. So first of all, he is taught what is dharma, particularly varnashrama dharma. And then when he executes his duties according to dharma, his kartavyas, his prescribed duties according to dharma, then artha will come, money will come. Money has to be earned in a dharmic way. That's why here it is said, nimittani avirodhataha, non-contradictory causes. What are the causes for dharma? What are the causes for money? Artha. But they should not be non-contradictory. They should not contradict each other. They should not contradict the vidhim prudhak, the regulations given in the Vedic literatures. Devotees are not interested in illegal means of acquiring money. They want to ensure that dharma is retained. So dharma, artha, and when money comes, the next ambition of any person will be kama. How to fulfill his sensual desires. How to enjoy. So, enjoyment is not prohibited in the Vedic literatures. But it is regulated with dharma. One has to enjoy as per dharma. So that is the one more stage, kama. Then, in this world, although one may enjoy even according to the Vedic literatures, it should generate detachment. It should generate detachment from enjoyment, and one aspires for moksha, mokshana. If somebody enjoys according to Vedic literature, then automatically there is a detachment. He understands that in this world there is no true enjoyment. Better I give up. And then slowly he progresses towards moksha. So these are all the various stages or the divisions of a man's life. So currently, nobody knows what is dharma. They do not know how to acquire money. They do not know how to enjoy life. And nobody knows what is moksha. All contradictory. Sometimes they earn money and enjoy their life without caring for dharma. It's all contradictory. So Vidura is not interested in that. He is saying, Nimittani avirodhataha. I want to understand non-contradictory causes. It should not contradict. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has given Bhagavata Dharma, where he mentions that this Chaturpurushadha is also not sufficient. He has given Panchama Purushadha. Actually, nobody knows. Everybody thinks moksha is the ultimate. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, no. He says, we don't want moksha. Na dhanam, na jhanam, na sundarim. So he is saying, we are not interested in all that. Not even in Chaturpurushadha. He says, Panchama Purushadha. Simply how to love Krishna, that's all. Every activity has to be targeted towards increasing our affection, increasing our attraction for Krishna. That's it. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission. Even if somebody doesn't understand this dharmadha kama mokshanam, even then he can take up to this process. Because this Kali Yuga, everything is contradiction. Everywhere there is contradiction. So then, one of the biggest contradiction is that Ardha, for earning money, one need not have to do any job. One need not have to do anything. There are some governments which are like that. You simply sit in your house, every month will send some money to you. Looks very nice, but it is contradictory. One has to execute his dharmic duties. Whatever he is doing, he should do it nicely. For satisfaction of the Supreme Lord, he has to contribute something from his results for the mission of the Supreme Lord. So that is dharma. But people do not want to follow any of that dharma. They don't want even work also. Everything should come to their house. And then what are you doing, sir, inside the house? Simply kama. There is no moksha also. Simply kama. And then whole day what are you doing? Just switch on the TV and watch all the katha that goes on. The other day, some discussion with one devotee discussing. Previously it was Gramya Katha. The Katha is limited to Grama. One village will be there, some 200, 300 houses will be there. How much Katha you will get? Gramya Katha. Very little. Now, but what happened with this advancement of technology? The village has become global village. And then there are 8 billion or 9 billion people are there. And anywhere, anybody does anything, everybody wants to know. You can see what is overwhelming information every day. Highly overwhelming. And then what is this kathas? They simply invoke hatred in the minds of the people. Anger, hatred, envy. You see all the information that is there in these channels and this and that and all. Everywhere. And if you want to relax a little bit and want to go to movie, there also pakka, how to do murder pakka, how, all those, you will be planning and this and that. They'll be teaching how to do. In the city there are some crimes sometimes happen and the police question, why did you do this, like this? He'll say, that cinema I have seen. Based on that cinema, he has kidnapped one child, taken away, and then he is asking some money from the parents. This is what? Contradiction. Everywhere contradictory material, information. Nobody is encouraging how to do their kartavyas nicely. Let us say you go to a cinema and then they'll tell you how to be a very nice, whatever the duty is. You will not see. Even if they show, then they'll see somebody murdering him. Then everybody will think better not to be like this. If you are very nice and this and that and all that, you'll only get murdered. So better not do this. All contradiction. Nimittani avirodataha. So that's why he is asking Vartaya. Vartaya means not these Vartas. It is principles of livelihood. Our Vartas should be based on, encouraging all this. How to be a good brahmachari, how to be a good gruhastha, how to be a good vanaprastha, a old man, how to be a retired, and then how to be a good intellectual worker, how to be a good politician, how to be a good businessman, how to be a good worker. Nobody will. You don't see any movies or any information which talks about how to be doing all this. That's why Vidura is interested. Vataya dandanite. Vidura also understood that, for the sake of ardha and kama, money and enjoyment, people will break all rules and regulations. So that's why he is saying, dandaniti. What are the principles of law and order? What are the principles of law and order? According to Vedic literature. Vartaya dandanitescha shutasya cha vidhim prudak. What are those vidhi? Vidhi means regulations. Prudak, different. He wants to understand different rules and regulations which are mentioned in the Vedic literature. And not only this, he is also interested in shraddhasya cha vidhim brahman. Anyway, he is talking about vidhis. People who are interested in this dharmasya kama moksha, they have a lot of vidhis to do. Particularly as a gruhastha, he has to do shraddha ceremony. Shraddhasya cha vidhim brahman. Now what is this shraddha? Whenever somebody passes away in the family, the father or mother or some family member, they have to be offered something called shraddha. There is a shraddha ceremony. As part of the shraddha ceremony, they will offer some prasadam to Naivedya to Vishnu, and that prasadam will be, they will pray to the Lord that prasadam reaches those forefathers. The benefits of that prasadam, or even the prasadam reaches the forefathers. So if the forefathers are stuck in some hellish condition in the next lives, so this whatever that the prasadam's effect is there, so the forefathers can come out of those dangerous situations. They can come out of those hellish conditions. So this is the regulations. Shraddhasya cha vidhim brahman. People are becoming atheistic. They are saying, how can you offer food to somebody who passed away? How you can eat? How you can get the result? He's already dead and gone. Why are you wasting your money? Like once I was taking one session. One woman, she called me. It's a question answer session. People can call and ask. So one lady called me and then she's saying, I want to offer Shraddha, but my children are not allowing, because they don't see any meaning in it. They're not able to understand why we have to spend some money on them. People are dead and gone. Let them go. Why are you wasting your money on this? This is what. So that's why Vidura is very interested. He says, Shraddhasya cha vidhim brahman. Actually, for a pure devotee, Shraddha, Dharma, Kama, Moksha, these are all not very attractive. But Vidura is eager to know what is the right version of this subject. Devotees also should be eager to know what is the right version. We are not required to do any of these things, but still we have to understand what is the right, what is the design of the Lord, how Krishna has designed. That is the mode. Devotees are interested, attracted to Krishna and how he designed it. This is the. So he sees Dharma, Kama, Moksha in relation to Krishna. Shraddha, ceremony. How Krishna has thought over all this. That's why next question is Pitrunam Sargamevacha. How the Pitru planet has been created. See, Lord, when he is designing certain rituals and this and that, he has created Pitru Loka. And then that, after creating that Loka, how to reach that Loka? He has designed. If somebody does this Pitru Vrata, nicely he follows the Shraddha ceremonies, very good in it, then he will be elevated to Pitru Loka. There he can meet his forefathers who are pious. How it is created, and also Graha Nakshatra Taranam Kalavayava Samsthitam. Then is not only about Pitruloka, Vidura is also asking about Graha Nakshatra Taranam. Graha means planetary system, Nakshatra means the stars, and then Taranam, other luminaries. You will be seeing some blinking, many things are there. So he wants to know Kala, then Avayava, that means the time, how the time exists there, and Samsthitim, how is the situation there in all these Graha Nakshatra Tarana. This inquisitiveness is there in people, that they want to understand how the other grahas will be, how the situation will be in the other grahas, Graha, Nakshatra, Tarana. What is the life on moon? What is the life on Mars? What is the life on other grahas? People are very interested. Is there some gold on the moon planet? Will there be some diamonds on Mars? Will there be big money in the Venus? People are very eager. Maybe all those planets are very empty, but there are some big mountains of gold are there. Ideal situation. We can just go there and exploit all the gold and then come back. Very ideal situation. So people are interested. But they are interested for a different reason. Simply Ardhakama. Their interest is not Dharma, Ardhakama, Moksha. So that's why, but here Vidura is wanting to know, yes, what will be the situation in the other planets? Will it be the same? So he wants to know. For example, during Prabhupada's physical presence in 1960s, it was a big bus going to moon planet, moon expedition. And then there was a competition between America and Russia that who will go to moon first. So Americans wants to ensure that they go to the moon first. And that time the President of America was inspiring everybody. From the sweeper to the big working class in America, everybody is desiring, yes, first man should go from moon, from America to the moon. And then there was the first expedition to the moon. At least that's what they have promoted it as, marketed nicely. In all TV channels it was coming up. The person was, one person was stepping onto the moon, and there was a global applaud. Everybody is talking about it. They talked and talked and talked. Decades are passing by. Nothing is progressing. If the man has already gone there, why is he not making some kind of an accommodation facilities there? Why is he not adopting? Why is he not exploiting for our purpose? This is the people's question. 50, 60 years have passed by. Our technology, our advancement is much bigger now. Why you could not do anything on the moon? Long ago, somebody discovered America, and then they have settled there, and then they have developed it. So why don't you do that? You have spent so much money. Let us say you already gone to moon. Then why you cannot sell some plots there? Real estate boom you can create, and people can go and settle there. In fact, after the first step on the moon, immediately in the next few years, American companies started selling plots on the moon. They thought that now we already went, no, what is there? Take another few more people and start building things. Now we know all the technologies, everything is there, so we can do it. But after that, mysteriously, one more person also could not go to moon. So people are thinking whether the first also, that moon expedition, is it really correct or it's some cinema setup? Maybe they have shot that whole thing in a cine studio. They are not really gone probably. That's what many people doubt. Otherwise, if people have already gone, what is there in taking some more people and then making a colony there? This is called colonizing. Like Britishers, they went all over the world, they colonized. They colonized India, Southeast Asia, and many people. So why not colonize moon? They have not done anything. Recently they started creating little more interest about moon by saying the rocks that were brought from moon, whether they will grow some plants or not, they have put some seeds and some plants are coming out. So they have not gone to the moon. They are talking about little more farther planet called Mars. We will go to there. India also attempted Mangalyaan. We don't know what happened. And then now ISRO is planning Venus, that is beyond Mars. One person, he could not kill one ordinary snake without any, all those things are not there. An ordinary snake, he could not kill. But he started saying, now I am going to kill cobra. He cannot even handle one normal Now he is saying cobra. Then he says, now I am going to handle, even bigger. What is that? Python. I am going to kill a python. This is what the current, is all cheating. Simply cheating. Wasting people's money. They could not even stabilize moon. Simply they are thinking, we'll go to Mars, we'll go to Venus, and then simply waste tax money of the people. You develop this planet, no? Why are you interested in growing some plants in the moon? Grow plants here. Nobody is working. Nobody wants to work in the field. You first stabilize here. Because same issue will come there even if you go there. Nobody will want to produce food. Then what will you do in the moon? So this is so Vidura is now settling up all this. He is saying, yes, I want to understand how this grahanam, nakshatranam, all those things are there. The situations are there. Any questions?
Do the forefathers, do they don't have their own journey? I mean, they would just go and stay there in the Pitralok?
No, they have their own journey.
So how can anyone go to Pitralok and always meet their forefathers?
As long as this Pinda Pradhan or the Shraddha ceremonies are performed, the Pitrus will have an opportunity to stay in the Pitraloka because it's a heavenly planet. They can continue to enjoy. But as soon as the descendants stop their offerings, so then he has to pursue. His piety will be over. Then he has to move out and he has to pursue his path. And since it is a different planetary system, just at the beginning of hellish planets, Pitru is in the beginning of hellish planet, but it is not hellish. The time spans are different. The situations are different. That's why today he is asking how the situation will be. So anybody who is very devotedly offering this Shraddha, his time span is here only this much, 100 years here. But there the time spans are much higher. So you can always go and meet. Anybody who is performing the Shraddha ceremonies nicely, you can easily go back and meet the forefather for whom it's like sponsoring the stay there. Somebody can be in America and you go on sponsoring. So because you are sponsoring, you can always go and meet him. You know he is going to be in America. As soon as you stop your money, then he has to pursue his path. He has to work, or he has to come back, or he has to go up, down, whatever. It's that simple. So, if Shraddha is, and all these Vedic rituals are going on, yes, forefathers can enjoy these facilities. Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
హరే కృష్ణ గోల్డెన్ టెంపుల్ వారి మరో అపురూప కానుక హరే కృష్ణవాణి ఆధ్యాత్మిక మాసపత్రిక. ఇప్పుడు మొబైల్ యాప్ ద్వారా కూడా సులభంగా పత్రికలు చదువుకునే సౌకర్యం, వార్షిక సభ్యత్వం, భగవద్గీత, భాగవత ప్రవచనాలు, స్ఫూర్తి సందేశాలు, ఇంకా మరెన్నో సదుపాయాలతో హరే కృష్ణవాణి మొబైల్ యాప్ నేడే డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకోండి. మరిన్ని వివరాల కోసం కాల్ చేయండి 9133107700.